At Easter time, I do enjoy a delicious hot cross buns. I love the brioche hot cross buns and I love the regular hot cross buns. But in today's recipe, I am going to be making something that I do enjoy. We are going to be making a delicious Jamaican spice bun. I used to purchase these at the Caribbean grocery stores until I got tired of going home and having my bun taste just like the smell of that store. Since then, I have developed quite a few recipes and today I will be sharing my favorite one with you. A Jamaican spice bun comes in different textures and different shades. My malt of choice is Vita Malt Classic and I'm going to be using 837 ml along with brown sugar. The brown sugar looks pale because it was a bit hard and I placed it in my food processor to break it down. We will be adding some warm cozy spices along with some fresh nutmeg. Fresh nutmeg always works wonders. We have some Thompson's raisins and some currants, and we will add them to the bowl and hydrate them with 837 ml of malt of your choice. In this recipe, I will not be heating the liquid. The recipe I did last year has that method, so you can check that out. Add cherries and glazed fruits along with some vanilla essence, melted butter. You will find all the amounts written in the description box. I am going in with some fresh ginger, some apricot jam. I've tried marmalade in this recipe and it works really well as well. Some molasses. And give this a nice mix and infuse all these amazing flavors and spices. This right here is homemade browning. You can find this on my channel. I'm adding 3 tablespoons to begin. Easter bun comes in different shades of brown, so if I find I don't have the shade that I want, I will add the rest. Give it another mix. Let's add our brown sugar to the mix. I have 3 eggs and I also have some orange zest and lemon zest. I will add it in to kill any freshness of the eggs. Give it a mix. The orange zest or the lemon zest can work on its own. Just mix it in to make the eggs nice and fragrant. Now let's add our warm spices. We are using some bacon mix spice, cinnamon, and grated nutmeg. Let's add in our eggs and continue mixing. Even if you see the butter begins to firm up when you add the eggs, don't worry about it too much. Once the dry ingredients goes in, the butter will be evenly distributed and it also gets to distribute when it's in the oven. For our dry mixture, we have flour, baking powder, and salt. And we are going to give it a quick mix up to distribute everything. Using a strainer, you want to sift the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients in 3 parts. And we will mix as we go along. This prevents lumps and clumps in the bun. If you have gotten this far into the video, give the video a thumbs up, which helps my YouTube channel to grow by reaching more people, to help me grow and to make better content. As soon as the flour is soaked up, add a little bit more. Sifting the flour helps to lighten things up just a bit. It's not dark enough for me, so I will add the rest of my browning. The total is 4.5 tablespoons. The browning and the color will vary based on the brand, how dark you want it, and how strong your browning is. Mix it up and we are ready to pour it into our baking pan. We have 2 baking pans lined with some parchment paper. I have a long loaf pan and a shorter one, and we're going to pour in our butter. The butter can be poured in up to 3/4, but not over 3/4 because we are going to leave room for the leavening agents to rise. For the topping, we will add some cherries and some glazed fruits. Add as much as you like or as much as you like to enjoy. The shorter baking pan will bake faster than the longer baking pan. I will bake these for a total of 1 hour and 20 minutes or just until I insert a toothpick and it comes out clean. For the glaze, we are going in with some butter, some honey, some apricot jam, and a nice grate of orange zest. This gives it a really nice flavor. Mix it on medium heat just until it dissolves. And now we are going to brush these as the buns are done and give them a beautiful bakery finish and some extra added flavor. Allow the buns to cool down to at least lukewarm before you cut into them. But my personal preference is to leave them overnight. That's where the flavors settle and you get a nice kind of black cake taste to the buns. The buns are completely done, so let's cut into one. My favorite beverage of choice is to have these with a nice glass of coffee with a lot of cream in it. We have now come to the end of our recipe. If you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up, a subscribe. Help me to grow my YouTube channel by sharing. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend, and see you in another one of my recipes.